Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of NASCAR Heat 5. And in today's video, we're headed to Atlanta, which makes today a very fun race for me. Atlanta is one of my absolute favorite racetracks in real life. I love how the asphalt has weathered to the point where a couple of years ago, they were actually ready to repave it, and the drivers stepped in and begged them not to. That is the type of racetrack that I love. Now in the game, it's a bit of a roller coaster with all the bumps and dips that you get at the track, so it makes it interesting to say the least, but Atlanta is an absolute favorite of mine. And also, if you take a look in the top right hand corner, we're at $3.5 million. So after today's race, if we get somewhere around 700,000 to 800,000 that we've been getting so far this season, we should have enough money for our next engine upgrade. So if we come over to the work plan and go into upgrade departments, if we upgrade our engine from 90 to 95, that's going to take just over 4 million. So we should be within range after this race to make that happen. So that is going to be huge for me, because that should allow us to move up in the standings. Instead of racing for 20th or 25th, maybe we'll be able to race for 15th to 20th, which of course means more money and more upgrades. So we're getting there. The plan is coming together, but it will not be a quick plan. And quite frankly, I'm looking forward to it. So today, Atlanta, 42 laps for a total purse, $345,000. But first, we need to get a little bit of work done. So let's go ahead and assign our folks. Now, car number 1 is already ready to go. So chassis 1 is all set. So let's go ahead and auto assign and see what it does with them. Now, I was afraid of that. So it still put people on this car. This is why I have such a hard time using the auto assign. I would love to be able to use it, but unfortunately, the AI just doesn't seem to be able to figure out exactly where they really need to go. But no big deal. We've gotten everything swapped back to where it needs to be. But if you take a look in the bottom right hand corner, upcoming tracks, we've got 3 speedways in a row. So we definitely want to make sure that we keep both speedway chassis primed and ready. We've got Atlanta, then we're headed to Homestead, and then after that to Texas before we head to one of my absolute favorite tracks in the world at Bristol. So everything looks ready to go. Let's go ahead and start the work. All right, excellent. Everything is ready on that end. Let's go ahead and select our car for today's race. We'll go with chassis number 1, and we're headed to the track. All right, folks, here we go. We are going to be starting from the rear. Now, the game gave me a very weird and incredibly unrealistic goal time of 29.5 second lap. With the car we have now, there was no way we were going to get anywhere close to that. In fact, we were about a full second off of that. So I decided just to start in the rear, and let's just see what kind of speed we do have and how far up through the field we can come. So this actually would have been a great track to come to right after we got that next upgrade in the engine to take us up to a 95 instead of 90. But yeah, we're going to be starting right back here in the back. Now, I know we got the 48 car right next to us, since we just saw on the previous screen there that they had failed pre-race inspection, I believe it was. So we're starting back here in the very back. Can we get up front into the top 10 to score any sort of stage points? It surely wouldn't help anything starting back here in the rear, but we normally do pretty well at Atlanta. So I'm hoping that continues today.
You're all clear up top.
Of course, this time we're not looking for race wins. We're looking for a strong, maybe 15th to 20th place finish. Again, just simply based on what we've been able to do here at this track in the past.
You got room.
These guys are really duking it out up here in the front of us. So we got the 16 and I believe the 66. We're all over the place. And I'm just trying to stick my nose down here on the bottom, and hopefully these guys will give us some room as we get to them. I mean, naturally, there is no reason that they should have to, but we certainly appreciate it when they do. All right, these guys are 3 wide in front of us, so no room to be had right now. Oh, look out. Chad Fincham.
Careful, still there.
All right, so we had to get way out of the gas there. Now, normally, especially at full strength,
Stay low, stay low.
this is a track you can easily run wide
You got
open.
room.
In
You're
fact, you
clear.
can run the entire stint wide open, even as the tires wear, especially if you have a clean track. But here, certainly not going to be able to do that here in traffic. All right, so once again, we're looking at 3 wide in front of us. Yikes.
Careful. still
36 on edge there. He was looking for some room, and 3 wide in the middle is
Hold
certainly
your
not
line.
where you want to be when the car is a handful. All right, there's your Daytona 500 champion. That's
Careful,
never
still
going to get old for him to hear, especially whenever you have fought as long and hard as Michael McDowell has.
there. All right, you're clear.
All right, the 36 David Reagan, we know he is always a courteous driver, so we don't expect any issues with him. I'm sure he's going to give us plenty of room. All right, so we're up to 28th. So far, so good. But you can see now we're having some trouble with David Reagan,
Wow,
especially as he
that's
runs
fast.
the high side. All right, nice run through turns 1 and 2 for us. And we've got a huge run on these guys in front. Let's see what kind of room they give us on corner entry. Nope. Oh, had to get completely out of the gas there.
Careful. Still there.
And that's our biggest problem. When we have to lift right now, we just don't have the horsepower to get our momentum back very quickly. And that usually ends up
Inside. Clear
with,
low,
oh,
bud.
hello. That usually ends up with us losing spots.
Clear high, bud.
All right, Stenhouse, we need you to go.
Hold your line. Stay high.
All right, actually, I'm intrigued. What can we do out here? We don't want to be on the top end of 3 wide.
Inside.
But we're going to stick it in here in the middle.
You got room.
See if we
You're
can make
clear.
that pass stick. And we did. At least for the time being, we did. Oh, that's huge. All right, stage 1 has 12 laps in it, so we're about 2/3 of the way through right now. And I'm looking for more. We're at 24th position, which is about where we were last few races. That's about the speed we had. So any positions we're able to make up at this point are bonus. All right, I'll take it. You can see we're actually getting closer to the 21. So as we get close to the end of this stage, we're looking pretty good on speed. Oh yeah, look at that. We are killing the 21 through turns 1 and 2.
Careful. Still there. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, that was easily much faster than him. So I would expect him
I
to
need 2
continue
more
falling
solid laps,
back
bud. Keep it
through
going.
the field.
Inside. Clear low.
I heard inside just as we were committed on corner entry, and that is definitely not what I wanted to hear. Because if he was going to stick it in there to get below me, he wasn't going to have an entire groove to do it. All right, 22nd position.
1 more to go.
All right, this is it. All right, we are coming up quick on that 38. Don't know that we're going to have quite enough time to get to him, but 22nd position, I like it. And most importantly, we're still moving forward as we close out this stage. So this is not a situation where we were running out of steam and we were starting to fall back as the stage ended, indicating that we were wearing the tires more than the AI. So you can see tire wear is pretty good. Actually, across the board. So we've got 30 laps remaining. No need to pit right now, but of course we're keeping it in our back pocket to pit after this next stage and have maximum fun in stage number 3. All right, so everybody bunched back up together. We're in 22nd position. We are on the outside, so that's not exactly what we were hoping for, but I think we can make this work.
Still there?
All right, I'm actually going to drag the brake a little bit and try to get in behind this 38. All right, perfect. That's what I wanted to do. And this 38 is all over the place. Oh, John Hunter's having a little trouble getting up to speed.
Careful, still there. Looking inside now. All right, you're clear there.
You better not be looking inside.
10 laps to go.
All right, 10 laps to go. Still hard to get used to these shorter race distances. I think they work better overall for us from the channel perspective. As much as I prefer long distance events, in fact, I prefer endurance type events. Really enjoy those.
Still there?
But for the purposes of the channel, I think these shorter race distances are probably what we need. All right, let's see. Can we get into the top 20 and stake our claim in here?
Slow's clear. Clear high, bud.
Because I really want to get inside this top 20 and make that a normal thing, particularly moving forward. Well, the guys in front of us so far are not running away from us. However, we do have that pesky car right behind us that is steadily trying to get on our inside.
Got a car coming inside now.
And sure enough, yep, he's just going to force his way in there. And who else would that be but the 36?
Hold your line. Got one outside. Top 3, easy to see.
All right, so we'll try to get our momentum back and see if we can't get back to these guys. Because I do believe we've got some speed for at least a few of those cars out in front of us. But right now, the 36 was just worrying us to death, trying to get to our inside and make a groove that really wasn't there. So we'll see. As we're getting close to halfway in this particular stage, we might be leveling out. This might be the point where we're about as far forward as we can get. Which, again, based on what we've seen at the last few tracks, the bigger tracks, this would be about right. It's actually a few spots better than what we've been able to get to previously, so I certainly can't be disappointed. This would be about right. But it doesn't mean for a second that I don't want more. So based on what I'm seeing right now, and again, the fact that we seem to be peaking on speed, then this tells me that we'll definitely be making a pit stop at the end of this stage, because we want to not only have fun, but who knows, we might be able to get further up into the field and end up with a better finish with those new tires if nobody else comes into pit, and I don't think they will. There's realistically no reason for them to. I mean, your tires aren't going to run out, and your certainly fuel should not be an issue, so I think we'll be the only one pitting. But yeah, I am no longer able to close in on them. I mean, we're wide open the entire way around to the track, so that's not an issue. So 21st is the position we're going to need to keep in mind after we make that pit stop and make our way back through the field. Can we do better than 21st? In other words, can we get into the top half of the field? Right now I'm trying to get some draft off of that. I think that's the 36 in front of us, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to get a little draft off of him if I can to help us draw closer. I mean, they're not running away from us, but at the same time, I can't do anything with them to get real close either. So So we got the 42 up there, and I think that's the 95.
All right, I need 2 more good laps from you.
2 more good laps, this man says. Well, I'll make a deal with our spotter. I'm just going to keep it to the floor, and we'll see how it works out. Never good when you hit the apron.
You got 1 to go.
All right, so these guys are running side by side, which is good for us. I just don't think we're going to quite have enough time. In fact, if they wanted to get 3 wide, that would be even better. But it's not going to slow them down enough to help our cause.
No points that stage, but plenty of
All right, so 21st position. And we ultimately figured out where we stand on speed. And 21st is it. Again, you can see that the tire wear is virtually identical left to right, or at least close enough for what we need. And here we go. Pit stop. Again, I'm just going to leave everything at default. We certainly don't need all of the fuel and everything, but that doesn't really matter. Let's just go ahead and leave it there and see how far we can get back through the field. Remember, we want to get to the top 20.
We're going green.
At least back to 21st.
Car there on the inside.
All right, so the question now is, how do we make up the most spots the quickest? Are we going to be able to do that on the high side by taking it probably, 2 and 3 wide a lot?
Still there.
Or, because right now we're just boxed in, I'm just going to try to force my way through here if I can.
Hold your line, driver. Clear low. Top's free. Use it if you need it.
All right, so we're free on the high side right here.
Still there.
So we'll try that. We're going to give that 00 a little
Looking
friendly
inside
love
now.
tap. Oh,
Stay high up
then we
here.
get boxed in right here. See, that's the killer.
Clear all around there. All right, you're clear there.
Come on,
Clear
guys.
all around there.
That kind of stuff just drives me nuts.
Careful, still there. Clear all around there.
All right, let's get back to the high side a little bit here. See what we can do.
All right, you're clear there. You got room, you're clear there.
And right there, I was really hoping the 96 would stay up a lane at least and go middle there, but he did not, so that didn't give us any help whatsoever.
10 laps to go. Hold your line, got 1 inside. You got room, you're clear
Once
there.
again, 38. I thought he was going back to the high side. He did not.
All right, you're clear.
But yeah, that's the biggest part of the battle, is just trying to figure out where these guys are going to run so I'll know where I need to go. And right now, I am guessing wrong a lot. But we're up to 24th, and we've got 9 laps to go. So things are going great. It's just that I really want them to go perfect. There's that 48 car. I don't like seeing it this far back.
Careful, still there.
Again, that would have been, unfortunately, kind of normal in real life. But based on some of the rides we gave it last year, I just don't like seeing it that far back. All right, here we go. We're up to 22nd.
Still there.
Don't do it. Yep.
Clear high, clear high.
All right, 3 wide, which can be good. Maybe we can get a 2 for 1.
Still there.
All right, 95. I need you to
Careful,
slide
still
up
there.
just enough to let me under. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like. All right, we are now inside the top 20. The question is, how far can we get?
All right, you're clear there.
All right, there we go. 18th position. I feel like I did a terrible job coming through traffic there, and yet we're still have surpassed our goal. So I like it when that happens. When things don't go exactly the way you wanted them to go, and you still end up with the result you were looking for. So now you can see things have really stretched out in front of us. So we're going to have to pass them probably one at a time if we can at this point. And plus, this is also the point where, I mean, we're wide open the entirety of the track, so the tires aren't going to really help us a ton. So now it's just down to pure speed and whether or not I can catch enough of a draft off these guys in the next 5 laps to make up any more positions. But once again, pitting at the end of stage 2, even in a short race like this, has proven to be the way to go for us. Now, as we continue to get better, and our car gets better, we get more speed, more grip, and we're running closer and closer to the front, will that still be the case? That's what we'll have to determine, but we're not quite there yet. But what we have been able to determine is if we're running in the back half of the field, 20th to 25th, something like that, then pitting is definitely the move for us. All right. Oh, somebody is calling us, and I am not accepting any phone calls.
Still there.
We got work to do right now. We don't have time for phone calls.
Careful, still there.
All right, 17th. I'm good with that.
Still there.
The poor 14 car almost ran him straight into the wall in turns 1 and 2. But he hung in there. We hung in there. He hung in there. And it turned out all right. But something tells me he's not going to go away. We've only got a couple of laps, about a lap and a half to go. No, he's actually fading back. I thought he might fight back. And now here we are. Once again, would not expect to see the 9 car this far back in the field. I mean, you would definitely expect to see him at least in the top 10, if not the top 5. But
white flag is in the air.
Here he is, just outside the top 15. All right, we need him to run the high side, which is exactly what he's doing. That gives us our best run on him.
Careful, still there.
And I'm trying to stick close to him. Not that side drafting or anything like that really has anything to do in this game, but
Careful,
makes me feel better.
There. Clear all around.
All right, he was trying to pinch us down through the corner, which was exactly what I would do if I were him, but it did not work. 16th position. I mean, that feels like a top 10 right now to me, that we were able to get that far up through the field. That really gets me excited when I think about the next upgrade to our car to get a little bit more speed out of that engine. All right, so let's move forward, see what kind of money we get. So race earnings, what does that give us? $871,000. And again, it's all about the merch payout. That is where all your money comes from. So $871,000, that is going to be enough for what we need. Now, they're showing us the 18 right now. I assume he was the race winner after it all shakes down. But yes, $871,000, that is exactly what we're looking for in point standings. We're now up to 27. So now we're firmly inside the top 30. And I say firmly, I mean, we're one bad race away from being right back down there, because we don't have very much of a point cushion. But what we know is when we come back together next time, we will be looking to do an engine upgrade. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and stick around for more NASCAR Heat 5.